Alright, starting off giving all glory, praises to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, Hawad Hayashim Kai, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai, Call Halal Yimla, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rechak Wadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, preaching this truth, risking their lives and freedom to do so. Alright, now I'm the brother Shamaria Zaab from the Cleveland branch of Great Millstone. And Lord willing, this be a exhorting and a faith booster. All right, going into the kingdom and reigning with Yahawashi, man. That's what we looking forward to. A new me, as the script, as the picture on the screen says. We're looking for a new body, man, a new heaven, a new earth, a new way of living. Okay, that's what we're looking forward to, and that's prophecy. So this is Second Esdras, chapter 2. I'm going to start at verse 42. It says, I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number. All right, Salaki, I'm going to read that back. Second Esdras 2 and 42. I, Esdras, saw upon the Mount Zion a great people, whom I could not number. And they all praised the Lord with songs. And in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marvel at greatly. Okay, and that great multitude that it's talking about the 144,000, those men that elect number, who is going to endure to the end. Okay, they're not going to conform to the ways of this world. They're not going to bow down to Esau, Edom, or Satan. Okay, they're not going to give into evil. They're going to stay on the righteous path and take that straight gate. Okay, and this is the reward that they getting for doing that. Not taking the chip. All right, separating themselves spiritually from the world, not taking part of, tradition, so to speak, traditions of the world. Okay, this is the elect, man. And not only just the elect, but their families gonna be saved too. All right, that's why we doing what we doing. We doing this for a greater cause, man. It's not about us personally. It's not about the next man. It's about YAHAWASHI, man. We trying to please him, and this is the reward for pleasing the Lord. Okay, the Lord is gonna give us new bodies. All right, He gonna give us the King. He gonna give us everything. We gonna be joint heirs with Yahawashi. So everything Yahawashi get, we gonna get too. I'm gonna read it back. It says, and in the midst of them, there was a young man of a high stature, taller than all the rest. Right. So that's letting you know that the Lord, He's on a whole different level than everybody else. Okay, He's on a exalted level. Of course, not more exalted than the Lord, but He's on a more exalted level than everybody else, man. Now and in the kingdom, it's a taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads He set crowns, and was more exalted. So Yahawashi gonna be more exalted than anybody else, not than the Lord, of course, but He gonna be more exalted than the rest of men in the kingdom. What was I saying? Right, okay. And He gonna set crowns upon the elect's head, man, for being, a diligent servant, for enduring to the end, and for, worshiping Him from the beginning. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, and upon every one of their heads He set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. So I asked the angel and said, Sir, what are these? He answered and said unto me, These be they that have put off the mortal clothing and put on immortal. And that's going to be literal, that mortal flesh these sinful flesh. The Lord is gonna take that away from us, man. And we gonna have spiritual bodies, okay? But right now, the Lord doing it spiritually because we trying to put on the immortal clothing, that spiritual garment, by way of what? Keeping the laws to the best of our ability, keeping the high holy days to the best of our ability, fasting, praying, preaching this word, okay, showing brotherly love, showing charity, and being diligent in it and continuing in it. That's how you spiritually take off that mortal garment and put on that immortal garment. It starts spiritually, but the Lord is going to literally do it as well. And that's going to be when we in the kingdom, which is prophecy. That hasn't came to pass yet, but in the kingdom, well, not even in the kingdom, we're going to have different bodies, all right? But when the Lord deliver us from this captivity, he going to beam us up on a chariot, and our body's literally going to change less than a millisecond. Within that time span, the Lord's going to literally change our bodies, okay? Because you can't have mortal flesh and be in the kingdom or be in the presence of the Lord, obviously. But I'm going to keep reading. Verse 45, he said unto me, these be they that put off the mortal clothing and put on immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahweh. Now are they crowned and receive palms. All right. And that's the reward that we're going to get, man. To be glorified, highly exalted, to be reverenced. Because on this side, man, we like nothing, man. We just earth, dust, and ashes, man. One day you living, the next day you gone. And that's not a life that you should. That's not a life that you should be pleased to live. In the kingdom, we gonna be immortal. We gonna live forever. We gonna be gods, man. It say, verse 46. Then said I unto the angel, what young person is it that crowneth them, and giveth them palms in their hands? So he answered and said to me, it is the son of Yahweh, whom they have confessed in the world. Then began I greatly to commend them that stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord. And that's what we got to do, man. We got to continue to stand stiffly to, confess the name of the Lord to our people openly, And we got to keep doing that by way of preaching publicly, uploading videos daily, by way of, carrying out these laws and commandments to the best of our ability, and trying to live our life according to the way the Lord wants us to live. Trying to live our life that pleases the Lord, Okay, so I can bear with me real quick. All right. Now I'm going to jump in the book of Revelations. Because this is prophecy as well, man. Getting the kingdom, this is going to be the greatest prophecy ever to come to pass, man. Brothers, we can't wait on this day so we can finally receive our reward, This is Revelations chapter 7. Salakia. This is Revelations chapter 7, verse. I'm going to start at verse 9. Revelations chapter 7, verse 9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Okay, now that great multitude, what's talking about the elect, 144,000 men and their families. Okay, it's not talking about diverse people. You're not gonna have Arabs, so-called white people. You're not gonna have Africans all gathered together, standing there in white robes. That's not what this talking. It's not talking about different nations of people. It's talking about the different tribes of Israel. Okay, because and another thing, we've been scattered. We've been scattered from all across the land, from all across the earth, that we look like different nations and we speak different, languages according to whatever captivity we in. All right. So this is talking about the children of Israel, those 144,000 men and their families. That's that great multitude. All right. It say verse 10. So I'm gonna keep reading. I'm gonna read verse 9 over. And this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, which the Lamb is YAHAWASHI, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. Okay, now in the Apocrypha, we read the vision that Esdras had, but now we're reading Salaki. Now we're reading the vision that not John the Baptist, but John, who was exiled to the island of Patmos, we read in his vision. So these are two different prophets in two different time periods, but they're receiving the same vision, which letting you know this is prophecy. Okay, let me try to wrap this up. Verse 10, it says, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. All right, so we're going to be giving, Lord willing, we the elect, we're going to be giving praises to Yahweh and YAHAWASHI, man, which is that Lamb, YAHAWASHI. Verse 11, and all the angels stood round about the throne and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worshiped Yahweh, saying, Amen, blessing and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our power forever and ever. Amen. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes, and whence came they? Verse 14, and I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, these are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. So this is the thing, man. In order to receive that glory, in order to receive the kingdom, in order to receive palms in your hand and a crown on your head, you got to come out of great tribulation, man. Because that's what we getting ready. That's prophecy too. We getting ready to enter into great tribulation, but we got to endure through it, even if it costs you your life. So this is a great reward, but you got to go through great tribulation to obtain it. All right. You got to think what we asking for is something greater than anything you could ever fathom or imagine. So in order to get that, you're going to have to go through great tribulation so it can be proven worthy to get it. And Lord willing, we those men who going to endure to the end. All right. So with that being said, Lord willing, I'm going to do a part 2 on this topic because this is a real heavy topic, man. And Lord willing, this was edifying through the spirit power of YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, on to the next one. I'll make a part 2, hopefully, on the same topic and go more in detail. But for now, for time's sake, I got to wrap it up. Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, and the Bible boy.